right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
It's going to be a long.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
On second down now, it's Sanders. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Watch the curve.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You got nothing with that. You got nothing. Kill. Go. Twist. Watch the twist. 54, Mike.
2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard. Line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
We got 4. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Hey, let's go.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. This is 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Got some room at the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. On first down, Fields. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Flushed out right. And a completion to Wilson. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Back to throw. Fields going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll set up a throw. It's caught here by Adams. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. On first down, Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing it in here on 2nd down, this time complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, Fields looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you...
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points. And got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Separating from the gun. Fields going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. They'll let this go for the end. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 miles.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken short. Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Falcons. It's an 89-yard kick return, and the Falcons push further out in front.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point splits the up. 28-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. So 2 disastrous running plays, and now they face a 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Fields. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Takk McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Fields. And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On fourth down, Fields. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
58 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check. Shady weapon. Go. Switch. Check 31. Check 31. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 61. Let's bounce. Right. Kill. Quick dash. Go. Check 43. Peek in.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check it back.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 54 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They run the counter with Cook. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. On first down, Dickerson. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He's got daylight past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Whip. Watch the whip. 25. Check 25. He's cracked.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
No. Off. 49.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
And Diggs has it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall back to 500 at 2.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big